The Northern Rivers region was one of the hardest hit areas during the recent flood emergency. With the waters now receded, Disaster Relief Australia has commenced an extensive clean-up and recovery operation, proudly supported by the New South Wales club industry.
It's really hard. Really hard to see Corica like that. We've never ever seen anything at all like this. These people haven't been able to deal with that initial impact of the trauma of what's happened because they're trying to get their houses so they got somewhere to go to, and there's so much work to do. It takes a lot to strip a house out at disaster relief. It's taking the load off people not to have to worry about that. They come in, they get the job done.
Disaster Relief Australia is a veteran-led organisation that rapidly deploys teams into disaster zones. We are 80% veterans and ex-service men and women, first responders and a small percentage of civilians. We identified Corica as an area that had been heavily impacted by flood and was in need of services in this region. We also identified the golf club here in Corica as an excellent base that we could position ourselves from and operate out of. We've got a partnership with them and very grateful for their assistance.
Floodwater inundated areas that it's never been before, and we were lucky. Floodwaters didn't come to within 20 metres of the club, but still inundated the lower parts of the course. When Disaster Relief Australia asked us if we were able to assist in providing the facility, it wasn't a situation where we could say no, particularly with the fact that they're here supporting the town and doing what they can to relieve the devastation that people have had to go through.
Almost in an instant, the water just came sweeping around. Less than 5 minutes it was at the front door and then into the house. The first time I cried actually was, I thought, Jesus, how am I going to, what am I going to do with it all? And then these fellas come and they piled it out the front and it just moved so fast. They really did a fine job and they sort of made me feel like a very important person, but really, I'm not that important really. I'm just, one of, well, 2,400 people in this town, I suppose.
Well, Disaster Relief Australia are a great partner for us. They are trusted by government, by communities to go in and clean things up after floods or drought or bushfires. They're there to help communities. We've raised over $500,000 for Disaster Relief Australia, and this is a lot of money raised by clubs. Obviously it doesn't touch the sides on the impact of what's happening up there, but another massive contribution from our industry, which we should be very proud of.
I'm very pleased that we connected with Disaster Relief Australia. When they came here, it was very quick. It was really just the day after I made contact with them, and it was just amazing what they could achieve.
People are only too appreciative of what DRA have done for them here in town. It's given people a little light at the end of the tunnel and brought things forward for them in regards to be able to get back into their properties and live a normal life again.
The thing that kept me and my team going through this has been the fact that we saw a large white sheet with "Thank you volunteers" written on it and hanging from somebody's balcony. That alone was a great indication that yes, we should be here, yes, we're valued, yes, they need us, and this is good work that we are doing. We are able to contribute here.
Oh, who's that?
Oh, it's just my super contribution.
Ah, so you did get the app after all. Oh, actually, have you seen my
Make the most of your super moment. Stay on top of things with the Australian Super app. It's Australian, it's super, and it's yours.